guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at AutoNation Toyota, and we have one of the most popular CUVs, SUVs, whatever the heck you want to call the class. It seems like it changes all the time. Most popular selling of all time, the Toyota RAV4. And this particular one is a 2019, totally loaded, except for all-wheel drive. This is a limited trim level RAV4, redesigned for 2019. So let's talk a little bit about Toyota and the RAV4. Toyota has been selling cars here in the United States since 1957. They actually opened up shop in an old Rambler dealership. Ask your grandpa or father, what kind of dealership is that? What kind of cars are those, Ramblers? But anyways, 1957, they sold around 227 cars, one of those being a Land Cruiser. Fast forward through the 60s into the 70s, you know, with the oil embargo crisis and gas prices going up, the Corolla hit the nail right on the head. Fast forward to 1994. That's the year I graduated from high school. But guess what? That's also the first year of the RAV4 was 1994. And boy, have things changed. So let's go ahead and dive into this all new 2019 RAV4. Now, one thing you should be aware of, this is sitting on Toyota's global architecture. That's going to share chassis architecture amongst the lineup that Toyota has. It's going to give you more room. It's going to give you a better ride, stronger chassis, the whole shabam. Let's check out the front of this limited trim. Now, I love the design styling that they went to for 2019. The outgoing one was a little odd, to say the least. I like the style with the headlight design that they did. You have the fog lamps down low, nice flat black, nothing too gaudy. As we come across the front, I really am digging the grille. I like the design, I like the dark gray metallic, and I also like the silver trim down here, this flat silver, to really just give it a nice rugged look. And I think right off the bat, that's something you're gonna notice, is that it has so much more of a rugged look. Large flat black area really separates the lower portion from the upper portion, and this is gonna take a beating as little stones and whatnot are hitting it. As we go up onto the hood, I love the body line. They did a very slight, and then it rises body line like a C shape, but then these two areas that raise in the center portion, I think that really gives this a unique style to it. As we come around the front of the RAV4, we get to the wheels. Now, with the limited trim, these are the style of wheels that you have. I love it. It's a brushed aluminum wheel, 18 inches in diameter. I like the style, and I also like the flat black around the fender well. My only zonk is, I wish they would have connected it. It kind of looks a little weird the way it's floating with the paint here, but the overall design really gives it a nice rugged look. It almost looks sort of Subaru Crosstrek-ish, and that kind of makes sense since Toyota and Subaru have been working together. Now, as we come down the side, beautiful, that metallic paint on the mirrors, nice slim and trim LED turn signals. We continue down the side. This is smart. I like the normally I don't like the chrome finish. I think it looks great on the door handles, gives it a nice little upscale feel. And then down low, you have that flat black that's gonna help take a beating. Now remember, you can get this in all-wheel drive. This one is front-wheel drive. Up on the roof, you have nice gloss black roof rails. You can get the crossbars. Put a kayak up there. Put you know, some skis, a bike, whatever you got, really gonna handle it perfectly. You can see that RAV4 has that floating roof design on the rear where there's a separation between this lower portion and the upper portion of the roof, and a really smartly shaped rear quarter window. I'm glad that they went this size. If it went smaller, it wouldn't have looked right, but if they went bigger, it wouldn't have looked right. So I think they hit the nail on the head on that. As you come out to the rear, one thing that I am gonna zonk about the rear of the car is this right here, these peaks that kind of stick out. It's a little too squared off. I wish it was a little bit more tapered in, but overall, very clean look. I like this nice silver trim, great LED taillights. You have a nice roof spoiler that comes off the back. And then as we drop down, you got more of that flat black, that silver gray color. And then on the Limited, you get twin exhaust, which I think fits it perfectly. Let's go ahead, pop the hood, and see what we're working with power-wise on this 2019 RAV4. All right, guys, underneath the hood, we got the big hood up of the RAV4. Quite surprising that they are not using any hydraulic struts. You do have the prop rod, so I am gonna zonk that. But once the hood is open, lots of space there. Underneath that plastic cover, that is a 203 horsepower inline four, 2.5 liter inline four, 184 foot-pounds of torque. It's mated not to a CVT. It's an 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60. It's not a race car by any means, 8.1 seconds. But you know what? Weighing in at 3,600 pounds and getting around 26 miles per gallon in the city and 33 in the highway, you cannot complain about those numbers. Obviously, in the end, you're gonna get awesome Toyota reliability. But why don't we go ahead and fire this up and see what does the RAV4 sound like? All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Toyota RAV4. This is the limited trim level. I'm telling you, getting into this thing actually was pretty comfortable. I am liking it overall. Now, if you're wondering, well, hey Joe, I like this RAV4. How much does it cost? MSRP at this trim level, $35,600 or so. Let's see what you get. To the door panels. Toyota's doing a great job breaking up the sea of black. Now, if you have young people or people who don't like to wash their hands, that lighter leather type material is probably gonna get dirty quicker. But hey, get some cleaning wipes and stuff. You can clean it up because it looks good. It breaks up all the dark black. I like the silver trim and just very tasteful. No gloss black, so you don't have to worry about fingerprints on that. Now, as you come from the door panel to the dash, just like the door panel, all soft material, top and bottom, like the silver trim. I even like the shape of the AC vents. It's like they put some thought into it, some style. When it comes to infotainment, same thing. I really love the size of the screen. It's that iPad style, so it's easy to see. This does have Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto yet. They say it's coming. I want to know who these people are and when is it actually going to be here. I have no idea, but you could go into all different functions in this infotainment. What's cute is that they have rubber knobs both on the unit itself, the infotainment system, and also on the AC controls. Dual climate, very nice. I like this bronze stitching going on. Push button start, keyless entry. You have a nice cubby here with a 12-volt USB, heated seats and ventilated seats, which is a really nice touch. I really like those features. This is controlling that 8-speed automatic transmission. I like the leather boot. You got a little cubby here, I think for maybe some coins that you found, or maybe some shells. If you like to collect small shells, you can put those there. You do have sport, normal, and eco mode, electric e-brake, 2 cup holders, and then a very nicely padded armrest. You open it up, more USB, a little tray in here for pretzels and peanuts, and then these seats. Like I said, I like the color. They may get dirty quicker, but you know what? They look pretty damn good, and they feel very comfortable both on the bottom portion and the back portion. I'm gonna test O'Neill's camera capabilities here. I'm gonna spin this towards you because I wanna show you, watch this. You actually have in your view camera, the camera out the back. So there's the Tundras that are parked right behind this RAV4. You could actually drive with this on, no problem. Nice touch. I only have seen that in other vehicles that cost a lot more than this one. You get a nice tasteful sunroof, and I got plenty of room. 6 feet tall, I got plenty of room. Come on over to the business end, I'll show you behind the wheel. All right guys, behind the business section, you get full 8-way adjustable electric seats. Nice touch, feels comfortable. Let me adjust that lumbar. Yes, that feels good. So definitely a thumbs up. I like the size of the steering wheel, I like the design, and you know what? I like the gauge layout. You have a nice large digital display in the center with the speedo. No, not a bathing suit, I'm talking about the speedometer. The tachometer on the left, and then you have the other analog gauges on the right, fuel gauge and coolant gauge, which is very, very nice. You do have those different modes. Hold on, O'Neill, we better show them. When you hit sport, it goes red. So there's normal, there's your eco, go hug a tree. You're saving the environment with a little bit of green color there. Now you're ready to race, red, the race is on. You do have sport mode, and that's gonna adjust the throttle sensitivity and whatnot in this RAV4. But overall, I'm telling you, they've raised the bar with the RAV4 compared to the outgoing one. Let's go ahead, check out the back seats and see what we're working with. All right guys, backseat time of the RAV4. This is where you're gonna see A big, huge advantage in the 2019 compared to the 2018. Lots of room back here. This is quite surprising. You compare this to many other CUVs in the same segment, and it's gonna be a lot tighter back here. Seats are comfortable. I like the way they wrap them all the way around in full leather. I know the parents don't like it because the kids are gonna kick it and whatnot. Tell them to keep their feet down and their hands to themselves. I don't know what else to tell you. You got rear AC vents and 2 USBs. So thank you, Toyota, for taking care of us back here and keeping us connected. But overall, 6 feet tall, plenty of room. Let's go ahead and see what can we put in the cargo area. But before we do that, yes, of course, there's an armrest. Yes, it feels good. And you got 2 nice horizontal cup holders. Now, let's go ahead and check out that cargo area. All right, guys, time to check out and see what homework Toyota has done to give us some great room in the back. Nice electric assist with the cargo lid here. And once it opens, there she is. I love it. Look how wide this opening is. You could put a couple bikes back here, no problem. You fold down those seats. Very nice. I also like this plastic material that they have back here. You know your kids dragging their sports gear in and out. It's gonna stop that rug from getting all ripped up. If you notice, you do have a nice spare in here. That's a nice touch as well. Lid goes down, very secure. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna fold down the seats just to show you what that is all about. So you lift right here, one side goes down. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Joe Rady stretch. Other side goes down, fairly flat. Big thumbs up. Plus you have a 12 volt back there. So if you're taking the kids to the beach and you gotta inflate a raft, have that electric air pump. It'll save your lungs, literally. But why don't we go ahead, you checked out the inside, let's take this RAV4 for a spin. All right, guys, we just left AutoNation Toyota. We're in the 2019 Toyota RAV4. Remember, limited trim. Right off the bat, what I love about the RAV4 is great visibility out across the hood. And I like it that you could see the hood. You know, on so many other vehicles, the hood kind of just curves down and it's out of sight. But sometimes out of sight, out of mind is a bad thing when it comes to parking. It gives you nice visibility. So when you go to park, especially if there's a wall in front of you, you're gonna be able to have a good visual reference of where you're at in your garage or wherever you're parking. But overall, great ride, very, very smooth, and I really like that about the RAV4. All right, guys, let me do a little bit of an acceleration here. I'll step on the throttle, drops down, and with the naturally aspirated engine, it pulls very smooth all the way through the power band. Now, what's interesting is that 8-speed is really a great setup. You know, there's other competitors in this segment, they have CVTs. To me, in this type of vehicle, the 8-speed automatic is the way to go. Brake modulation feels great. Visibility out the back is a piece of cake. I like the size of the side mirrors and just very smooth. Toyota has done a lot of work with the engineering and dynamics behind the suspension. The architecture that this car sits on, it rides really, really well. And I think that is something that you're gonna notice, especially if you had the last generation RAV4, big difference. In here, lots of space. I like the way the dash is pushed forward, which really just gives you a lot more room in here. But let me go ahead and tip it into this right-hand bend to see how the handling dynamics is. Very responsive. It takes the weight, pushes it on that outside left. You feel in control. I don't know if you heard the beeping. Lane keep assist. You get all that smart technology to keep you and your family safe. So at the end of the day, with this car, not only are you gonna have those features, but you're gonna get the great fuel economy, you're gonna get the options in the limited trim, which are spectacular, and then you're also gonna get that Toyota reliability that everybody knows and loves. But very, very smooth driving, where everything is placed is exactly where it needs to be, where you would think it would be. AC controls are great, things work wonderful. But we're gonna go ahead, wrap this one up, and get back to AutoNation Toyota. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another amazing, adventurous day here at AutoNation Toyota. Definitely gotta give a huge shout out and a thank you to Chris. Make sure if you're looking for a new Toyota, give Chris a call here at AutoNation. He will take very good care of you. If these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content for you on Rady's Rides, Click the link in the description, get yourself some merch. It helps us out and goes a long way. Speaking of help, Big Guns O'Neill, taking over the camera for Big Guns Tom McGee. He's over in the Philippines doing God knows what. Hopefully he makes it back in one piece, but for now, O'Neill is filling his spot, working out the weights, drinking the protein, so I think we have nothing to worry about. So thank you, O'Neill. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.